when people are armed with powerful weapons, unfortunately, it makes attacks like these more deadly and more tragic. And in the days ahead, we're going to have to consider those realities.
Lieutenant Colonel Allen West, he is the National Center for Policy Analysis Executive Director. Mr. West, what is your response to the president?
Well, it's good to be with you, Liz, and condolences to the men and women who have lost their brothers and sisters and the loved ones who have lost family members. You know, last week, Friday, I did a night patrol ride along with the Dallas Police Department. And just last night, I was at the Northeast Division headquarters, which patrols my area here in Dallas, just giving words of encouragement to those police officers who some of them were about to head down to patrol that riot. And when I listened to the words of President Obama just then, after the San Bernardino terrorist attack, he blamed guns. After the Orlando terrorist attack, he spoke about guns. After this horrific ambush of these Dallas police officers who were safeguarding Americans exercising their First Amendment rights, he once again talks about guns. But yet if you go all the way back to Henry Louis Gates and the Cambridge, Massachusetts incident where he said the police acted stupidly, once again we have a president that seems to always rush to judgment in castigating police in a negative light, as he did yesterday in relation to the Louisiana and Minnesota incidents, instead of letting justice play out there. But again, when it does not fit his narrative that he wants to talk about, he always goes to the ideological agenda item, which is guns.
That's right. Well, Colonel West, also you heard what the Dallas police chief just said. Your response, he said race was a factor.
Well, it is, and it is a factor because we have had people that have created such a divisiveness in this country right now. You know, it is always about, you know, the color of a police officer or what have you. But let's be very honest, Liz. Why isn't the president talking about the black-on-black crime in his hometown of Chicago, Illinois? Why isn't the president talking as strongly about Kate Steinle and all the other Americans who were killed by illegal immigrants? And so it is a cherry picking of what you want to talk about in order to stoke the flames of racial divisiveness, which leads to political gain. And, you know, Hillary Clinton yesterday putting out the hashtag Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. And we should not say that one group is more important than another group. And horrifically, they have set the conditions, they have set an atmosphere for the ambush of police officers yesterday.
Here's the thing, a recent study of Department of Justice analysis shows that, in fact, African American and Hispanic cops are more likely to fire a gun at blacks rather than white officers. What do you make of that analysis?
Well, you know, unfortunately, the truth and facts tend to not be something that, you know, President Obama and others want to embrace. But folks on the ground know what is actually happening. And when you go into a lot of these high crime neighborhoods, they want the police to be there because they want to be protected. Look at the lifting of the stop and frisk in New York City with Mayor de Blasio. He has put good, honest, law-abiding citizens' lives at risk. And you're seeing that all over. And again, I go back to what has happened in Chicago. Now, there are going to be bad cops. There are going to be bad soldiers. If you look at what happened in Charleston, South Carolina, North Charleston, South Carolina, as a matter of fact, that police officer is behind bars. So we need to let the system of justice play out instead of having people that are looking for political advantage leverage this for their own narrative.
Thank you so much, Lieutenant Colonel West. We really appreciate your insights there. Have a good weekend. Thanks so much for joining us. I want to bring in Arthur Aidala. He's Fox